Hello, I am going to show you really quickly how to do a braid with really dirty hair. It looks like a very complicated braid, but I promise you, you will be able to do it. It might take a few practices. You could practice on your daughter's, your roommate's, your friend's hair, and before you know it, you can do it on your own. So I haven't washed my hair in a while. And I just got out of the shower. I just put my hair in a bun in the shower, and usually I would do this hairstyle when it's really dirty and I'm trying to get out like one more day or maybe 2 more days and like have my like a hat hairstyle the last day. But tomorrow I don't have any plans other than watching football on the couch and basically not leaving my apartment. So I thought I would go ahead and show you how to do it. So you're just gonna brush your hair, and honestly, for some reason, I feel like dirty hair works better. And just do your desired part, and if your hair is dirty enough, if it's clean, this will not work, but if it's dirty enough, pull just a little bit more over to the greater side part than you usually would, because it's just gonna make the braid look fuller. It's hard to do this in the camera, TBH. Okay. And once we do that, we're gonna grab a chunk of hair right here. And we're gonna do the Dutch braid just like my other tutorial. So I'm gonna go under instead of over and over like a French braid. Let's see. There we go. Not a professional. So I'm gonna grab 2 pieces, or divide it into 3, and I'm gonna go under and under. Then I'm gonna start pulling from the front. I'm gonna grab it, attach it with that front first piece. Sometimes I like to brush this down so it doesn't get stuck. Also, the air is blowing my hair away. I'm gonna go under, and I'm gonna go under again, and I'm not gonna grab hair from the back. Now I'm gonna grab hair from the front, under. Well, we're gonna grab first before we go under. Okay, now we're gonna go under, and now I'm gonna start grabbing from the back. So I'm gonna try to grab this section before I show you. I'm gonna grab this section like this and go under. Okay, and now I'm gonna grab a big section with the front and go under as well. So now, since I'm pulling from both sections, I'm gonna go ahead and take a second and brush my hair like more towards the right side of my head, because the way that we're gonna pull the hair into the braid is gonna be straight like that. So I have this piece towards the back of my head that I need to grab a section, and so I don't know if you can even see, I'm gonna grab the section closest to the piece I need to add it to, and make sure it's really clean, get all the hair off, make sure it's a straight section, and go under. Now I'm gonna pull from the front again, but less hair because I don't want to have a bubble. I want to try to keep it in line. Now I'm going to grab a pretty big section from the back. So as you can see, I just grabbed the first one from the front and pulled it back. So now I'm going to grab a pretty large section, such a flattering angle, maybe even starting from right here all the way to that hair section, because we want it to be tight, we don't want it to have a bubble. Brush down the back. Make sure this is as flat as can be. I usually like to use my fingers so that it looks rough, and this is again why dirty hair works better. And I'm gonna go under, and I'm gonna be pulling the braid more towards my face, not towards the back. Okay, now I'm gonna grab a little bit, because as you can see, the braid is like a little bit higher than where I'm starting to grab my hair pull, so I only need to grab a little bit, because again, don't want it to be too bumpy. Now we're gonna grab a big section from the back again. So we're gonna go kind of like right above my ear. This is also a great arm workout. Okay, go under. Small section. Okay, and now I'm gonna grab probably the rest of my hair and go under. And take the front one and go under. So I have no more hair left to be grabbing. So I'm gonna rechange my grip. So it looks like I'm going over and over, but I'm still really going under and under. It's just the direction of my braid in the camera has turned. And I know right now it looks scary, but I promise you we will fix it up. Okay, so before we put a hair tie in it, just like my other hair tutorial, you're gonna pinch it and hold it really tight. And while you're holding it really tight, you're gonna go back in to all the other parts of your braid and pull it really wide. And I personally like my braid huge, but if you do not want your braid huge, you don't have to pull it as big. But I will say pull it bigger than what you think you want it as, because it like shrinks back somehow. Also be careful pulling big around your neck because it will like sag. See, that looks like it's huge, but it goes back in somehow and makes it a little smaller. Okay. Also this braid in particular, probably because I'm doing it into my phone, is way more like to the back of my head than I want it to be. Usually I would do it like right here so that the majority of my braid is like along my hairline, not more back, but I still like the way it looks. And the main thing is that it's going to be really big up here. And again, it just looks better when it's more textured, when it's dirty. Okay, so I do not have an elastic with me, so I'm just going to use my little tele tie. I love tele ties, but my favorite way to do a braid is with an elastic. And then sometimes I can't do this since I don't have an elastic, but sometimes what I like to do is if I'm using a really small clear elastic, I'll like take a piece of my hair like this and wrap it around and tuck it. But obviously I can't do that with this one. Okay, so I'm gonna look at it. All the pieces look fine. If there was like a really, like you can see that this really small piece is coming out, and so what I would do is I would just like undo the braid and put that in the section that needs to go. But because it's really small and I'm going to bed, I'm not gonna worry about it, but usually I could. And also it's a braid that's like kind of funky, so it's not always gonna be perfect on the first try, and that's totally fine. And I'm just gonna spray it with my favorite hairspray once again. And I'm actually not like a huge hairspray gal, but this one is legit. Also, if you like spray your comb like that and push these little wispies back, it will like make it stay better, longer. Not crunchy, but just like a little bit more put together. Y'all, I just spit on myself. This is so embarrassing. I'm not a professional. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to spray this right here. And just tap it down so that those like little tiny wispies that might come and pop up stay down. And that is how you do this braid. If you have any questions, let me know. If you have any requests as far as braids are concerned or want to see a new tutorial, let me know. Hope y'all have a great day.